Hey guys, this is GuardsHB88 on YouTube and also LuckyGirl88 on YouTube. I decided that I will probably be making a somewhat quick tutorial on another PMD Editor stuff before I actually move on. This is my DeviantArt channel account, LuckyGirl88 at DeviantArt.com. If you guys are interested in any of the models that you have seen on YouTube, this is where usually I upload them. Actually, this is a better. This is the Halloween or the trick and treat concert Ren that I made, and it's seen in the recent video that I uploaded. So honestly, if you guys want to know where parts or even the downloads are, most likely I will put them up here first before I do them to YouTube. That is just another thing. Actually, we'll go to my gallery. You can see all my stuff. Here's also the version 2 Len that I made that's also up there. And he actually does have a link to the original video and the download link right here. And if we click that, you'll be brought up to my For-Share, and I haven't quite learned how to make it so that it's one downloadable folder, yada yada, but you will have to download each part separately. It's sad to say, although it is worth it if you really want this model. You know, everything's on here, most everything, and give credit to. So before I move on, I'll just take one of the models I was working on. Hopefully I can keep this under the 2-minute range, or the 10-15 minute range. If you guys want to know, I am using the 06 version because I still need to download DirectX again, even though I thought I did. So I've been using the older version if you guys are curious. So I will open up a model. I'll open up one of my models that I was working on. Here, let's see. It's not a good example because I did most of the work here. I'm trying to use one of my saved examples for you guys, so give me a second. Okay, this is gonna be better. So basically, as you can tell with the clothes here, I've done most of the UV texture mapping already. But for you guys, I'll show you how I did the stripes on the legs. Now, there are two ways people have done this before. Here's a clean version. Whee! There are two versions that people have done this before. People have gone to the actual layer and just striped out each section. And then, the way that I do it is I make a texture file, which I already have in here. And so I'll briefly show you two ways you can do it. One way that I've done things most of the time, 99.9% of the time, is I've used a program similar to Photoshop or PaintSci, all that stuff. I use this freeware called GIMP. I recommend it if you don't want to spend the money to obviously get Photoshop, or if you don't want to worry about viruses and download, illegally. No one wants to do that. So GIMP here has been my freeware friend for a year or two, and so I recommend it. I will also, I'm not sure if this will work, but I think if you have MS Paint, that will also work quite well. Let's see. No, I don't want to try this. But those are ways that I go about it. So to And please, just stay with me. I have a lot of files. I don't really clean out my files. Okay, where are we? Oh, it's not it. There we go. So this is the original texture file that I made. Obviously it's just striped, striped, striped. I haven't quite learned what the size adjustments are for texture files. I've been making whatever and then just altering it. So for you guys, I'll just show you how I did this, and I'll make a new color. We'll do right for random. I mean, this is a very simple texture file thing. And a lot of the tutorials for UV mapping I've gotten so confused on. They don't explain well to me, so hopefully so that's just a basic simple thing. Let's see. Should put this in that. Oh, 1 minute. And another thing is that anytime you make a texture file of any type, always save it. Usually what I do is I save it as a BMP. I don't remember on top of my head what you can save it as, but I usually save it as a BMP file or bitmap or whatever you want to call it, just because it's easier. Okay, so that's how to do it in this freeware called GIMP. I do believe I can do this in Paint too. Make this really fast. And also, anytime you are saving anything to your folder, hopefully you are making a folder, otherwise you are not smart. Save it, basically anything you make as far as texture and stuff like that, save into your folder that you're doing your editing in, or otherwise you might have some problems. And so we'll call this t2.bmp, and this should tell you all your save files here. So hey, look, it's even in here, so that's good. So now we're gonna go to our model, and since I already have this part highlighted, or this part in green, I'm just going to do what I normally do, which is, highlight whatever. I'm going to go right click S, which will separate that, and then here is the trick. You want to go to your 5th tab in that area where you have it set to. We're going to remove all these regional textures. Also, you want to change the color, or the layer color, so that it works if you have a bizarre color. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to insert it, t.bmp, And you note that the layer is now black, which you do not want the layer to be black, you want it to show your stripes. So you want to highlight it again, you want to go to V, or you want to go to E up here, V down here, D down here, and click yes. Now, let me highlight that, or we can go here. What you see is you have your layer, you have your texture altered like this, so that now you have your stripe pattern. You can also adjust it too with your resizing here. And for this, you go to the UV section, and from here you can adjust the size as you want. You make this bigger, you can make this wider, which you can't see actually, but that's if you need to make adjustments. You can move it up, you can move it to the sides. Either way, this will be nice and useful for you when making your model. And basically, it's nice for when you want to take a t-shirt or something and maybe put a logo or design on it. To show you with the other one, we'll go to T2. And again, with the paint version, it does the exact same thing. Pretty basic, simple tutorial. This should work on just about any version of PMD Editor. And again, once you're done, save your model to what you want, and then it should work. I hope that you enjoyed this quick tutorial, and have a nice day.